All of the things we're taking, 'cause we are young and we're ashamed, sends us to perfect places. All of our heroes fading, now I can't stand to be alone. Let's go to
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with Mary, or Pure Equestrian on YouTube. I will link her details down below. Today it is miserable outside, so we're not actually going to be riding today. Yeah, it was like 27 degrees the other day.
And now it's raining and like 15 degrees.
Yeah, it's freezing. And we're both doing Vlogmas, or an interpretation on Vlogmas. Anyway, moving on. We're just going to sit down and clean our gear because it needs a clean. Especially your bit. Your bit is disgusting.
I know.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're also going to answer some questions that you guys have asked us on Instagram, and hopefully this won't be too much of a ramble.
Yeah, it's going to be a ramble.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Question number uno. You're gonna have to help me with the name because I don't know how to say it.
Holly Hamblin asks.
Holly asks, what do you want to achieve by the end of the season with your riding? Well, I don't know. So I guess first thing I want to achieve by the end of the season is compete a little bit more and just finish up the season on a strong note. Have them fit and in work, because that's always helpful. If you want to compete. Not ride like a potato, and I guess just to be more confident and to trust myself more, because it's really easy to doubt yourself when you're riding and like in your ability.
If you ride like a potato, I ride like a rotten potato, so...
Hey, none of that. What are your goals for the end of the season?
What are my goals for the end of the season? So I guess my main one is to get confident with jumping again and get my riding fitness back, because I haven't been riding.
Oh yeah, can I add that to mine? Because I'm not fit.
I haven't been riding consistently for like a year, so because of uni, so I want to get my riding fitness back, stop riding like a potato, and definitely build up a lot more riding muscle.
By the way, I just really appreciate you guys for asking us questions.
Yes.
Because it's really... I don't know if you're like embarrassing's the right word, but it's hard to put yourself out there on the internet and be like, hi, I'm a YouTuber, and like to be able to have the confidence and like continue doing it, especially when people in real life that you know follow it. Okay, next question. Asked by my cousin Kate. Just a disclaimer, if you don't know, my mum owns a riding school, so there are a lot of horses that I haven't shown on my channel that we do have. I'll do a video on it eventually, like meet all our horses. Anyway, just for context, out of Hobo and Indy, which is your favourite? Okay, so little background. Hobo is a 14-1 Connemara, but Indy is a 15-1 or 15-2 Appaloosa, and they're both in the riding school. Fun fact, we bought Hobo as like the next pony for me after I grew out of my second pony.
But well, after you grow out Dandy?
Yeah. I don't know, it's hard to tell, like hard to compare. That's a tough question. I don't like that question. I like the colour of Indy and the nature of Indy and how Indy's like super easy to do stuff with, but then Hobo is like kind of like your ideal pony because he's just fun, and he also does make you work. Yeah, I don't know, they're just complete opposites in a way, but also not.
Well, my favourite would have to be Hobo, because I've never ridden Indy, and I met Indy for the first time this week.
Holly, a different Holly, bringing Splash back into jumping. That is a really good video idea, I have to say. I will do that, but I just have to wait for the ground to dry out a bit because it's just a bit ridiculous right now. The second question is asked again by Holly, and she asks Bates Saddle / Sam Shield helmet review. Fun fact, and a little bit of self-promo, I have...
You've done a saddle review.
Yeah, I've done a saddle review for my Bates. I have a video on it, I'll link it. And then my Sam Shield, I also have done a review on it. Danielle asks, what are your opinions on draw reins?
Again, with every bit of equestrian equipment, I believe they're used correctly. they can be very beneficial for the horse.
Yeah.
If they're used under the supervision of an experienced horse person, you know the risks to using them. It's my same opinion as it is with things like spurs, is if they're used correctly, yeah, they've got their benefits, but they've also got a lot of downfalls, especially if you're not using them to help build your horse's muscle and you're more using them to hold your horse in a head carriage. But that's not
even teaching them anything. Like a correct outline and like self-carriage should come from
the back,
like impulsion coming up. You want to build like a top line correctly of like them, you know, not a like tied down into it. They're not going to be moving forward or freely or anything, and they're most likely going to screw up their back. Plus your horse is going to fight against you the whole time, and you're probably going to end up with a horse that absolutely hates working.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't use draw reins.
Neither do I.
If you don't know how to ride with draw reins, it's probably not going to end well. I really hate like saying people's names wrong. I'm so sorry if I say this wrong. So Izzy Equestrian asks, what made you know that Splash was the horse that you needed? Well, I got Splash in like the end of 2012. Before Splash, I had a
psychopathic Palomino.
That's the one way to put it, yeah. Yeah, let's just not go there. We had been looking for like a year for a new horse. I think when you're buying a horse, you need to keep in mind what you want to achieve and the connection that you have with it. Because although you could buy a horse that's going to take you wherever you want to go, if you don't have the bond with it, like you're pretty screwed. But getting back to the question, how did I know that Splash was the right one for me? I knew. I just knew. We just had a connection, and it was magical. We just zenned from day one. No, but when I tried him, I was completely confident on him and was willing to jump whatever, and I just felt safe. Like, one of the things that I swear by is, like, if you're going to look at a horse to buy, do everything with it that you would expect that you need to be able to do with it. So yeah, that's how I knew. Yeah. Oh, this is so rambly. Okay, so Becky, who also has the YouTube channel, she rides at our riding school and is super sweet and nice. She's like, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but I would like to hear more about your rotational fall. Okay, here's a fun fact. If you don't know, in 2014 I had a rotational fall on Splash. He flipped and somersaulted and landed on me, and it was a really fun time, and I'm scarred for life. What do you want to know about the rotational? Basically, I had it and I broke my arm in 4 places and the bone was sticking out in the wrist. So it happened in 2014. It was on cross country. It was at 95 centimeters. He slipped on takeoff and the jump wasn't secured properly. He like hit it, and because it didn't have any stakes behind it, it rolled, so he couldn't put his legs down, so it flipped.
Did the organising committee get in trouble for that? Because the jump should have been secured.
Wow. In the ambulance, I heard on the like radio thing, because people had complained about that jump when the course was open for walking, or the Meter 5 had stakes behind it, and then the 80 had a gate behind it, and then the 95 was just like in the middle. So the only thing holding it there was
it just being wedged between the two.
Yeah. And then in the ambulance, they were like on the walkie-talkie to the TD, who was also the course designer, which was another thing in itself. They did put stakes behind it after that had happened, because horses were knocking it before I was on the course doing it. Right on the finish line, like literally the finish flags were like...
Was it the last jump on the course?
Yeah, a few hundred meters and the flags were there, and we would have won the thing because we went clear and show jumping, and heaps of people had rails because it was like really rainy and stuff. So that was annoying, and if I hadn't have done that, I would have gone to Sprinxton Trophy because I was in the team as intermediate. Injuries from that fall, I got concussion, the broken arm, and then it's thought that my heart condition was made worse by the fall. We don't know if it like caused it or just made it to a point where it was like a lot worse, because the impact of him landing on me like smush, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, like I don't like cross country now. If you have any other questions, let me know. Also, just want to give a shout out to Izzy Equestrian again, because she sent me a really nice DM. I really appreciate that. So kind of in regards to her DM, if you guys want to start a YouTube channel, do it. Do it. But I'd say it definitely is harder to get subscribers now on YouTube since they've changed the algorithm.
Oh, the algorithm.
It's like fucked it up like real bad. Like I've noticed such a like decrease. Yeah, and
not just in gaining subscribers,
but
like views.
Last question, Ebony Turner. She asks, how long have you had Splash? What are your plans for both of your futures, and do you ever compete down south? How long have I had Splash? I think I already said that, 7 years.
Yeah.
Plan with Splash and I's future is to do more show hunter, maybe event during 2019 season, but I don't know. And do I ever compete down south? I've competed in Ashburton.
That's not down south. No, that doesn't count.
Yeah, I think that's like the lowest down south I've
Competed, yeah.
Yeah. Although I was meant to compete in Invercargill at Springston, but then I had the rotational and died, so. Dad, you just hold fire for 2 seconds while we do an outro. Anyways, that's all the questions we have today, otherwise this video is going to be like 2 hours long. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry there were no horses involved in it. Like we've said multiple times, the weather is really bad. And yeah, we are both doing Vlogmas, so if you haven't already, go check out Mary's channel. Her links will be in the description box below. And make sure you follow us on Instagram because we're slightly more active on there and you'll get more updates of when things are posted and all that, because YouTube is not reliable at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and we will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!
All the nights being off